I would do something different today and do like a vlog of the month in a way. So I have a very long list of things to do today, and I thought I would take you along with me. So to start off with, I've just had breakfast and I have been scrolling through my phone just because. So it's now 10:30 and I'm going to do a little bit of stretching on the Wii Fit because I went to karate last night for the first time in about 18 months. So yeah, so I'm going to do some stretching today. I need to edit a video. I am going to bake some banana bread, but I need to get a mixing bowl because I've been using the casserole sort of, you know, the clear casserole dishes you can get with the lids. We have one of those, and I've been using that to mix up cake mix. But I say that, I think I've made two since I've been here. But we have some bananas that need to be used. So I've got a delivery coming today as well, which I've had to set a re-delivery for, even though I'm pretty sure it was due to be delivered on Friday when I was actually home, and they tried to deliver it Thursday when I was at work. So yeah, I've had to get that rescheduled for today. So I can't go out anywhere until that has arrived, just in case I miss it again. And yeah, so I need to go and find a mixing bowl somewhere. I'm thinking Lidl, because then I can maybe get a pastry as well. We know I like the pastries. Yeah, so I've also got crochet to do as well, obviously. But yeah, I've got loads of videos now on my laptop that I need to start editing through and get those scheduled and up on the channel. But I'm going to do some exercise first, do some editing, and if my delivery comes in that time, then great. I will also then shower after deliveries come, because I don't want to go and have a shower and then it turns up whilst I'm upstairs. Yeah, so I need to shower today as well. Well, my hair is okay, but I did go to karate last night, so I'm hoping that will loosen up my muscles a little bit more, because I am aching today. By about halfway through the lesson, my knee was hurting, my ankle had pretty much been hurting the whole time, and then as I was driving home, my right hip decided to hurt as well. So I had a hot water bottle under my back in bed last night. I had a cold pack on my ankle, and I had to put freeze spray on my... No, I had a cold pack on my knee and had a freeze spray on my ankle and my other shin. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't exercise regularly. So, to recap, I have a delivery coming. I can't go anywhere until that's here. I'm going to do some exercise or stretching on the Wii Fit. I have a game called Exabeat, so everything's done to a beat, which sort of suits my dancer history. Yeah, and then I'll do some editing. Once the delivery's here, I'll have a shower. I'll go to Lidl to get a mixing bowl. Then when I come back, we'll mix up some banana bread, and I'm hoping to record the process because it is my nan's recipe. She passed away in November, 22nd of November 2024, and this will be the first time I've made her recipe since then. So yeah, I'm hoping to share it with the world so that other people can enjoy my nan's banana bread. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today, and I thought I'd take you along for the ride. So let's see how much I get done of my to-do list today. It is now 4 o'clock and I have just had the postman knock, but that was my Birds Club delivery. I'm still waiting on my Imaginist delivery, which is the one I was expecting today because that's a redelivery from last week, so I don't want to miss it. But I've still got so much to do today, so I've been busy editing videos and catching up with Memily Makes Vlogmas videos, trying to get through all of those. I think I'm on day 19 now. Yes, I'm just about to finish day 19. So I've got, what, 5 more of those? 4 more? 5 more. And then I'll be all up to date, and then I've just got episodes to catch up with. So like general podcast episodes. Yeah, so it's actually not been too bad today. It's not been too cold, so that's good. I have also found some bits that I wanted online, so I've sorted those out. But yeah, I've got so much to do, and yet I'm still waiting on a parcel. And tracking is not helping because it doesn't give me any more updates other than I've requested redelivery. So I'm just waiting around. And I can't make the banana cake because I need a mixing bowl for it. So I guess we will see, because I think Ralph said he was going to try and come home about 6:30. Now I've got everything I need to cook dinner, but I need to get the bananas made up into bread. So what I might end up having to do is do that tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see, because I'm hoping to go to Greenock tomorrow. So actually this vlog may turn into a 2-day vlog. Otherwise there's not much to show you today. But yeah, so I'm going to finish up. I'm going to continue to watch Vlogmas from Emily, and then continue editing as well, and maybe actually do some crochet. So yeah, I just don't like sitting around and waiting for things, so it's kind of annoying, but I can't do anything about it. So I'm just gonna have to keep waiting, aren't I, and continue doing what I was doing before. It's just gonna 5:30. Ralph is not gonna be home until about 7ish, and my delivery has still not come, so I was going to go pick up something for him as well from Screwfix for the tortoise enclosure, but I can't do that because I'm still waiting on delivery. So when he gets home, he's going to run over and grab that. So we're aiming for dinner around 8 o'clock. I've got everything out. I've put all the baking stuff away. That can wait till tomorrow. One more day for bananas is not gonna make a difference. Yeah, so there's that. I did have a crisp sandwich for lunch earlier, but I'm hungry again, so I've just made myself some toast with some dairy leaf because I'm peckish and I don't really have snacks. I have bars. Let me show you the bars I have. So I have like Skinny Dream bars. This one is salted caramel. They're low-cal bars, basically. This one is a whippy bar. Whipped. So I think this one's from, I want to say Aldi. Don't know. That's mint. And then the other one I've grabbed out of the cupboard is a crunch one, Skinny Crunch Light, which is chocolate fudge. So they're all low-calorie snacks. I just don't often get drawn to them, obviously. I prefer my biscuits and my chocolates, or sweets. I do like a bag of sweets. Haribo, Star Mix, not Star Mix, Super Mix. Super Mix is my jam. I also like Tang Fastics. I don't know what it is about them, I just do. I like the Tang Fastics, and in terms of Super Mix, I like the Super Mix because they have the little jelly men in them, and that's the only packet you get them in. So yeah, I like those, but I don't have any, and had I been able to go shopping earlier I would have got some. But what I'm going to do is go to Lidl in the morning tomorrow, grab everything I need, come home, make the bread, and hopefully I'll be done by about 12 so that I can head out to Greenock for the afternoon for Knit and Natter. There's talk of a meal, like a going out for the beginning of February, so I'm going to see if I can get some more info on that, because that would be really good for me to do. Yeah, so meet new people and socialise, because I don't do that. I spend pretty much all day every day here. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do tomorrow, and maybe actually work on a project and get some work done. I've just rearranged all my projects on the sofa so that I can crack on with week 3 of the gingerbread cow, and I've done one peppermint swirl. I need to make another one in the same colours, and then I need to do 2 more in pink instead of the red, and then get them bordered, and then I can work on adding to the sweater panels as well. So I'm going to have my toast before it gets cold, because I've just realised I've been talking for quite some time now. Have my toast, put YouTube back on, and do some more of the gingerbread cow, and then hopefully get at least 1 more peppermint swirl done. So yeah, I'll take you along for that, and then tomorrow I'll bring you again and we will go shopping and do all the things I said I was going to do today. Right, it's Thursday and I've already done loads of stuff today. So, oh, postman. Right, I'm back. Wasn't even for me, it was for the previous owners, so yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? So, I have been up since, or been awake since about 8:30. I have had breakfast and checked the opening hours for our local delivery office, and they close at 10, so I quickly got myself ready and went out. I went round there and basically said, I don't know if you can help me, but this is the situation with this parcel, because it didn't arrive yesterday. And yeah, so he went and checked out back. He said he couldn't find it, and he said there's no update on the system, so if it hasn't arrived by tomorrow, then to go back and see if he can get in touch with a manager to find out where it is. Otherwise, I think it's going to end up going back to Toft, which is really annoying. So yeah, it's my Imaginist subscription box, and I am just trying to hunt it down, basically. Yeah, so however, whilst I was there, he did find a different parcel for me, again, which I didn't know anything about, in terms of that they had it, because they haven't been leaving red cards for me. So I I have opened it up. It is from Laura of Folk Yarn Studio, and it is my yarn order for the Wicked Minis, which are super cute. And then I got another skein of Hold the Door, which is from her Game of Thrones collection, and they should all be in DK. They are. They're in Luxe DK, and I want to put them all together because I wanted a neutral to go with the Wicked Minis, so I thought the Hold the Door would be quite nice for that. And it's the same yarn type as well, so that's all good. I did that, and then I figured whilst I'm out in the car, I'll go to Lidl, get some shopping. So I ended up with like a few bags of sweets, a couple of packets of biscuits, box of cereal, just because, and got some chicken, some pasta sauce, because I used one of the jars we had for pasta last night, and decided that we needed a couple more. So I got a couple more jars of sauce and some chicken that we could put into a new pasta dish. So pretty much everything I bought in Lidl had a discount. So I have the Lidl card, and it gives me like coupons that are relevant to me. So 2 of the sweet bags I picked up had like 15% off. The cereal had, I think, 15 or 20% off. The chicken had 20% off. And I also picked up some ice creams because they also had 20% off. So yeah, and as per usual, I picked up some bakery items, and I've already had a donut. Very nice. So I am back home. Oh, and whilst I was out, I went to the range because I needed a mixing bowl, and they only had a 2-litre glass bowl. I would have preferred a glass bowl, but it's not, 2 litres is not enough for the cake mix, so it'll end up going everywhere, and I'll just make a bigger mess than using the dish I've already been using. So I found a plastic one, and it's got a rubber stopper on the bottom. So let me show you. Let's go find it. Here we go. So it's got a little rubber stopper, which stops it from moving on the counter, which is brilliant. So yeah, that's going to really help me, because otherwise it will just slide everywhere. Yeah, so my cupboard is now full of snacks. These are my snacks. And I've got some more eggs, because I think the eggs in my fridge have been there quite some time, so I need to check them. Before we get some more, we've got eggs. Yeah, so that's what I've done this morning. I also picked up a big heavy duty craft knife, because Ralph has picked up these and this, because we are actually, I think we're going to end up with 2 tortoises, because there's one up for rehoming who is about 30 minutes away from us. He's 16 and he just needs a bigger space and someone who can look after him. So I think we are adopting him, which means we need to build a different enclosure, because this is not big enough. This is built for a Herman's tortoise, because that's what we were going to get. And I still want the Herman's tortoise. So yeah, that enclosure is going to be for a little Herman's, which is about 3 or 4 years old. And then we're going to adopt another one, which is a different breed. So they can't share the same enclosure, because otherwise they'll fight. Yeah, so that will be interesting. We have a home for tortoises now, which is quite intriguing. Yeah, so I had to get a knife so that we can cut down the mats and the insulation, because we're going to use the cupboard under the stairs. I wanted to use it as a pantry, but to be fair, we don't actually have a lot of food because there's only 2 of us, and we don't like bulk buy. We buy what we need when we need it. So yeah, We don't need a pantry, but I really wanted a pantry just because it would make things a bit more streamlined and easier, and it would make that cupboard look better and more useful, because the big cupboard in it was not practical. Like, you can't open the doors all the way, the drawers don't come out. So we've actually moved that. It's now in Ralph's room at the front of the house. Yeah, and it's rather large. So yeah, what we might end up having to do actually is, because we want to remodel the kitchen, the other tortoise may have to come out of there for a little while and live somewhere else in the house. But for now, that's where he's going to go. It's rather warm under there, but we do need the insulation, so, because it's tiled flooring. Right, yeah, I also, this is a lot of rambling for a Thursday morning, all the Christmas stuff in the range was reduced. I found some bits that I would quite like to have in the home for next Christmas. One was like a rhino with, like, he had like Christmas lights around his neck. He was so cute. And they have, everything's reduced, like I said. So I also picked up, I found a gingerbread mug. He's got a candy cane handle, and he's got some hot chocolate in with him. So I'm gonna eat that, drink that later. Yeah, it's rather cute. I didn't want, like, the other ones I'd seen of these throughout December were quite large, but he's quite a nice size, so yeah. Right, I'm in the car again. I've got the blower going because it's a little bit, I'd say it's a little bit cold. It's now up to 11 degrees. It was 6 degrees this morning. So, icing on my lips. I'm now heading out to Greenock. It is almost 1 o'clock, and craft, so knit and natter is from 1 till 3. But I get 3 hours free parking in Tesco. So yeah, I'm gonna head over now. It's gonna take me about half hour to get there, so I'll get there about 1:15-ish. Yeah. Right, it's finally time for me to make this banana bread. I've been putting it off. Yeah, but it's time to do it now. So I've washed up the mixing bowl that I bought, and I've got everything out. I need to quickly grab the chopping board and a knife, and then it's time to get going. So I've got this contraption, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to record for you the process. So let's see how we do. Right, so as I said before, this is my Nan's banana cake recipe. So we're going to need at least 1 large ripe banana. I've actually got 3 little bananas. It doesn't actually matter how many bananas you put in. It just sort of adds to the flavour, and will make a bigger batch basically. Then we've got 50 grams of soft butter, a medium egg, 150 grams of granulated sugar, half a teaspoon of vanilla essence, pinch of salt, and then 150 grams of self-raising flour and half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. So the first thing I'm going to do is mix all of the top bit in a bowl. I have got an electric whisk, which is here. Here are my whisk. And this, my nan actually bought this for me. So yeah, everything is courtesy of my nan. And we're going to mix all of that together, and then we will add the self-raising flour and bicarbonate of soda, and then it just goes into a loaf tin. So I've got a silicone one here. I do have a metal one as well, but I haven't washed it. And then I have cake liners or loaf liners. I think they're from Lakeland. I've had the packet a very long time. and I'm still working my way through them. So yeah, that will all go in there. I have done this before and made smaller ones. I've also tried it with brown sugar before as well. And I think you can make like 6 sort of mini loaves from one batch. So we're going to have a go and we'll see how we get on. So first things first, got my scales ready. We're going to measure out 150 grams of granulated sugar. Now my scales is not exactly easy to read, so this will be interesting. There we go, 150. And then I'm going to put 50 grams of soft butter in. So I need to get that out of the fridge because I did not get it out earlier. I've got Anchor. Oh, there's not much butter in there. I'm just going to use normal butter. We're going to go for that because, yeah. So I've got my sugar. We're going to pop that into my mixing bowl. Pop that back on. I then need 50 grams of soft butter. Now I normally use the Anchor or the salted butter, unsalted butter blocks, but I don't have one. And the Anchor is almost done. So there's not 50 grams in there. So I'm just going to use normal butter. Let's see how we fare, because I don't think I've done it with normal butter before. So let's have a go. And what I'm actually going to do is take off that one, put my mixing bowl on top, and then reset to, so I've put it back to 150, so I know I've just got to go to 200 with my butter. Okay, I think that will do. So let's pop this to one side, clean up my hands, and we'll come back, add an egg, and continue with our recipe. Okay, I tried the contraption, not really for me. It just keeps wobbling all over the place, and I keep hitting things. So, in my mixing bowl, I have 150 grams of granulated sugar, and then 50 grams of soft butter. I am now going to grab an egg. So I've got a box of 6 medium eggs. So let me find a glass so I can crack that. Okay, 1 egg. And I'm tied it up as I go. So let's go put this in a bin and come back. Right, egg is in. I then need, where is it? Half a teaspoon of vanilla essence. Now I cannot be bothered to measure, so I use the lid and I just put a cap full of vanilla essence. In it goes, and that seems to be more than enough. So yeah, just it gets a little bit sticky on the lid, so you may want to wipe it down after. Okay, so vanilla essence is done. We have our egg. I then need to put a pinch of salt. So now we don't actually have any table salt as such. We have sea salt, I think. So let me check. This is what we have. So I'm literally just going to do 1 twist. Like that. That's more than enough. yeah, it's a little bit of salt. And then I need to cut up the bananas and pop those in it as well. So, like I said, I have 3. They are very spotty, almost going black. I tend to do it when they're like really black, so when all of it is more like this one, but that's fine. As long as they are soft, then they are perfect. So let's put the egg box back. I'll grab a knife and we'll cut some bananas up. Okay, I'm going to take that off because I no longer need it on the measuring scales. Pop that to one side. Let's get these bananas cut up. And then I'm going to don an apron and mix it all together. So, like I said, I've got my 3 bananas. I'm literally just chopping the tops off to get them off of this bit. So I've literally just chopped that off. So we've got an end, and then I just slice down the middle, peel them apart, and then I'm just going to chop it into pieces, basically. And I tend to do that actually directly into the bowl. So I have my bowl, and I'm just going to chop directly in because it saves on trying to then scrape them all off of a chopping board. And this is the way I was taught. So yeah, that's 1 banana. And I dropped a bit, so let's grab that. In we go. Let's do the next one. And I will come back to you when I've done all 3. Okay. I have quite a lot of banana in there. That's going to taste really, really nice. So let's clean up and we'll get the mixer out. Grab an apron and we'll get to mixing. Okay, I've also got hair bubble to put my hair up because I do not want any hair in my cake. Okay, let's get this plugged in and we'll get to mixing. Okay, now that I've mixed up that first little bit, we're going to measure out our self-raising flour and bicarbonate soda. And then what I do is I slowly tip that in whilst mixing, so I don't put the whole lot in, otherwise I just get covered in flour. So yeah, it's fun, but there's a lot of mess to clear up. So let's do it gradually. All right, I've measured. I've just stirred it a little bit using my teaspoon. So let's start adding it to our mixture. Right, my phone is now covered in flour, but I have my mixture ready to go. So we're gonna tip it all into the loaf tin or loaf mold, and then I have turned the oven on, so it should be at 190 degrees if you've got a temperature on it, or gas Mark 5. And it will go in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes, right in the middle. Actually, the measurements, the instructions my nan gave me also says you could do this in a 6-inch round cake tin as well. So, yeah. We're going to pop it in the oven and we'll see how it does. And then I'll show you what it looks like. Now, as I said earlier, if you wanted to make these as mini loaves, the big one has gone in for 40 to 45 minutes. So for the little ones, because they're smaller, you only need to put them in for about 20 minutes-ish, maybe 25 minutes. And if you're making like 2, so medium ones, then they can go in for about 35 minutes. So yeah, I have tried. Cake is done. So I have poked it with a knife. So the idea is just poke it down the middle, poke in the middle, and then if it comes out clean, then it's done. It was still a little bit sticky, so I just left it in for a few more minutes. My oven is not the greatest. Yeah, but it's all done now, so I'm going to leave that to cool. I'm going to head out for a little bit, and then we'll do some tasting later. So we actually ended up heading out to our friend's house and took it with us. And let's just say there was nothing left to bring home. I hope you've enjoyed this little recipe, and I really want my nan's legacy to live on. So if you do end up making it, do let me know. And yeah, I'll see you all again next month. Thanks for watching. Bye!